I want to make a short explanation of why the popular approach to bullying is not working. You have to realize that the world has been fighting bullying for 22 years. The war against bullying was initiated by the Columbine massacre of April 20th, 1999. So more than 22 years have passed by. Bullying is still being called an epidemic. Children are still dying by suicide in growing numbers because the schools are not succeeding in making bullying stop. Why is the problem not getting better after 22 years? There are two general reasons. I can break it down into many smaller reasons, but these are the two general reasons that the way we're dealing with bullying is not working. The first reason is schools are telling kids that if you're being bullied, you have to tell the school authorities. That's the most important thing you have to tell. Telling is not tattling. Telling the school is only going to help if the school actually knows how to make the bullying stop. If the school doesn't have a good way of making the bullying stop, they'll probably make it worse. So telling the school only will help if the school knows how to solve the problem. Sometimes a school can solve a specific bullying issue, especially if it's not a very serious one. But if they don't have a generally good system for dealing with it, it'll be a hit and miss. Some bullying situations they'll solve, the others they won't. But this is what happens when kids tell the school authorities. The situation immediately escalates. It might get better if the school deals with it well, but this is what happens. Let's say you and I are kids in school and you called me an idiot or you pushed me in the hallway and I tell the teacher that you bullied me, and now you get sent to the principal's office because you bullied me, and the principal has to do an investigation, interrogation. Are you going to admit to the principal that you're guilty? If you're like most people in the world, your instinct will be to defend yourself and to blame me. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. Izzy started with me, or Izzy is making it up. The natural thing for any human being, not just a so-called bully, but the natural thing for a human being to do when they're accused of wrongdoing is to defend themselves and to blame their accuser. So now you're going to deny that you did it, and the principal has to figure out who's right, who's wrong. The principal has to play a detective and a judge. These are not easy jobs. Anyway, you're going to like me better because I told the teacher and now you got sent to the principal's office. You're going to hate me. You're going to tell everybody I'm a snitch. You're going to get back at me probably by doing something even worse to me. So if the school does not make it better, it's going to get worse. If you, I get in my inbox news stories about bullying every day, tons of stories from all over the world. In almost every story in which bullying led to serious violence or suicide, it was after the child informed the school and the school got involved. Once the school gets in the middle, the hostilities escalate because each child and their parents want the school to take their side and not the other side, the other kid's side. The second reason the popular approach to bullying is not working is because they're teaching kids today, sticks and stones may break my bones, but the words can scar me forever, or words can kill me. Until a couple of decades ago, kids were taught sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never harm me. This is the solution to verbal bullying. And most bullying is verbal. It's insults. The great majority is insults. And even most physical fights starts with insults. So the sticks and stones slogan teaches kids that yes, sticks and stones will hurt you. It's not up to you if they hurt you, but words, it's up to you if they hurt you. You don't have to be hurt by words. And if you don't get upset by words, you don't become a victim of bullying. You can't pick on somebody who's not getting upset. But for the past couple of decades, kids have been taught that the sticks and stones slogan is a lie. That words can scar them forever or even kill them. So kids are more likely to get upset today when they're insulted. And when they get upset, they get insulted even more and they become victims of bullying. So those are the two general reasons why the popular approach is not working. Now, what is my approach? My approach is a psychological one. I began studying psychology in 1972, and I studied it with a passion. And every system of psychology that I learned, as well as every system of self help, teaches people to take responsibility for the situation. You can't solve your problem by blaming other people. So, my approach is to teach kids how to solve the problem by themselves. I teach them how not to be a victim. If you know how not to be a victim, then the bullying stops, and you also learn things that will help you for the rest of your life. The knowledge for dealing with bullying is universal for having good relationships, and kids deserve to be taught how to deal with bullying on their own. There are kids who are not capable of learning how to deal with bullying because they have intellectual defects or psychiatric conditions that don't allow them the ability to control themselves or to understand sufficiently what's going on. So kids who have these, intellectual or emotional disabilities, often we do have to protect them. But even if we protect them, when we deal with the bully, we have to deal with the so-called bully in a friendly manner without being angry at them, without being punitive. We talk to them nicely. This kid is really suffering. Maybe you can help him instead of being mean to him. When you deal with the alleged bully nicely, respectfully, they are much more likely to listen to you and to stop picking on kids when you ask them to. Now I would like to answer questions.
I can give you one. Is
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead, Bob.
No, there's a. Excuse me a second. I'm very impressed with the idea that, in a sense of good humor and sincerity, one can, in a friendly way, respond to what is essentially a hostile motive. That's quite an interesting challenge, and if you succeed at that, it works, as we know. However, there is it occurred to me that at times it might invite the victim, the so-called victim, to get a little overconfident and to cross the line into, what should I say, putting the character down, putting the bully down, or not in a hostile way, but in a way that lets him lose face. They usually come in groups, sometimes one on one, but they lose face with their peers. So I just realized I'm not sharing myself here. They lose face with their peers when somebody who's really skilled kind of makes them look foolish, you know?
That's an excellent question. The fear is that if victims learn how to deal with bullying on their own and they become confident, then they will make the bully look bad, which will make them more upset. But I don't teach the victim how to make the bully look bad. What I teach is a win-win situation. I teach the victim how to make the bully look good. So the bully has no reason to get upset. Can I demonstrate with you uh, how I teach it to kids?
Well, by all means.
Okay, so I'm going to do two ways. Bob, by the way, for the people listening, Bob and I know each other quite well, so we're not strangers, and he's very familiar with my method. But he's a really good friend, and he joins these my 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 podcasts that I really appreciate. But anyway, when I teach kids how to deal with bullying, I have them insult me. And I respond in two different ways. The first time I respond to the person insulting me as though they're my enemy. So go ahead, Bob, insult me, and don't let me stop you.
This is the craziest idea I've ever heard of, for God's sake. You're swimming up tide, upstream
This is
against
not,
the tide.
it's not a crazy idea.
You aren't impressing the educational establishment.
Well, they should give me a chance. If they listen, they'll be impressed.
Maybe so, but 22 years? Give me a break.
I'm only one person. It's hard for me to change the whole establishment all by myself. I mean, I've had a little bit of help, but the other side is so big and powerful. I've what do you want from me that I haven't changed everybody's mind in 22 years?
Well, there's got to be some reason they aren't listening to you.
A lot of people are listening to me, and a lot of people are teaching my stuff very successfully. But it's a big world.
Yeah. Well, chances are you bit off more than you can chew.
I don't know. I'm doing the best I can. My ideas are very good. If I can't change the whole world, what do you want from me? Okay, let me stop here. Bob, is this going to make you want to stop putting me down?
No, no, not at all.
Okay.
You're eminently insultable.
And who's looking bad here, me or you?
Well, I'm trying to stay out of that limelight, and
No, but of the two
put
of
you
us,
in it.
of the two of us, which one looks worse?
Well, in that role, my intent is to make you look bad.
Yeah. So who actually was looking bad?
Well, it depends on who's looking. Some people will think badly of me for attacking somebody who has given his life energy and good
Okay.
spirit to an important cause.
Okay. That you're absolutely right. Bob is a first-rate psychologist, so he has the best answers. Let me ask the question differently. Who's winning here? Very good. The loser in an argument is not the person who's saying the most truth. The winner is the one who stays calm and gets the other one upset. So if I don't want to be upset, so if I get upset, you have made me feel bad. You have defeated me, and you look like the winner, and you feel confident. Now we're going to do it again. This time, I'm going to treat you like a friend. Insult me all you want.
Well, I don't know, Izzy, to give a career to something that gets you so much flack, you got to be a glutton for punishment, man. I
I
don't know why you would want to do that.
when I was in graduate school, I had a course in developmental psychology, and we had to once a week go and observe a child in a specific family all semester long. And I had a really tough family, and my teacher said, "Boy, Izzy, you're like a masochist." I mean, she said it in a nice way, that like a compliment, but I was really dealing with a very difficult situation, and she said, "Yeah, you're a glutton for punishment."
Ah, got that right.
Yes, yeah.
So have you learned well enough then?
No,
To
I still make the same mistakes.
haven't changed your
I,
ways?
I a little bit. I've improved a little bit over the decades. You, it's harder to put me down now. But let
Oh
me
yeah.
ask you: am I making you look bad?
Well, if I keep this up and you handle it with aplomb as you are doing, I'm going to run out of steam real fast.
Yeah, but will you look bad? Will you feel like you're being disrespected and you have to get upset with me and do something to me to make me look bad?
No, on the contrary. On the contrary, you're cutting me a lot of slack and being a nice guy.
Yeah, I'm giving you respect. So if I
Yeah.
respect you, then you're not going to get upset with me. I am not making you look bad in front of people. I'm making you look good in front of people. So it's good
Yeah,
for both.
actually, at several points you agreed with some of my observations.
Yeah. Now, uh, for for observers who are skeptical, let's make the insult more like what children say to each other. More like a real gross insult. So tell me you're ugly or something like that.
uh, you not only are ugly, your sister is ugly. I'll tell you.
I am not ugly, and don't talk about my sister.
Anybody who knows your family knows why you're ugly.
I am not ugly, and my sister is not ugly either. She's pretty.
You got several generations of ugly bearing down on you, man.
Listen, nobody insults my family and gets away with it.
All people have to do is look.
Listen, you take it back or you're going to be sorry.
Uh, can't be as sorry as you must feel looking the way you do.
Cut it out already. Okay, good job. Who's winning here? Yeah, big time. Big
Yeah.
time. Now we're going to do it again, and this time I'm going to treat like a friend.
Hey, ugly face.
Yeah.
You still hanging around here making everybody throw up?
I'm not doing it on purpose. Believe me, if I could look as good as you, I would.
It'll never happen.
Probably not. I mean, you were born with this really good set of features. You should see my family. If you saw my family, you would know why I look like this.
I can see. I've seen your family. You came from the wrong gene pool.
Okay, so you know why I look like this.
Right.
I can't help it, but I like you guys and I like hanging around with you, and I really appreciate that you're my friend, even though I don't look too great.
Oy vey.
Okay, now am I losing this time?
No, not at all.
But am I making you look bad in front of your peers?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
You are. Why? How am I making you look
But
bad?
you're going into agreement with me, which makes it extremely difficult for me to feel superior in my observations, my remarks, my put downs, and so on.
Yeah, but
When you come along
what?
in all good humor and
But
and
I even made you laugh. If you remember, I made you laugh.
yeah, yeah,
Am I disrespecting you?
not at all,
Not
not
at
at all.
all. So if I'm not disrespecting you, you're not going to be mad at me for answering this way. If I disrespect you, let me do it the way that would make you angry at me. Start again. Call me ugly.
Oh God, who who dipped into this gene pool of yours that produced all of this incredible ugliness?
Well, some of it slipped out of your family and came into mine.
Ha ha!
But
Impossible.
you think you're good looking, but you probably haven't looked in the mirror for a while.
Well, so we're two of a kind, are we? Bad day for me.
Okay. Now you're being very nice. If you were like a typical bully, you would get upset with me for doing this. You wouldn't call yourself also ugly. But this way, if I put you down, I am making you look bad, and then you might want to be really mean to me because you don't want to be made to look bad in front of your peers.
Yeah.
But what I did before, I treated you like a friend. I was following the golden rule. I was nice to you when you're mean to me, and you stop being mean, and that way we'll end up being friends. But I'm not making you look bad. I'm showing you respect.
Mm-hmm.
So I teach kids to show their bullies respect. It doesn't mean you have to agree with them. You don't have to agree that you're ugly. Let me show you how you can handle an insult about being called ugly successfully, but without agreeing. Go ahead, call me ugly.
Yeah, you and your whole family. I mean, anybody who knows you knows where you come from.
Uh-huh. Yes, some people think that we're really ugly.
They got that right.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
It also shuts you up, but I'm not disrespecting you, but I'm not agreeing. I'm saying a lot of people think that. So I'm normalizing you. There's nothing wrong with you. Other people have said it also. So I normalize you. You have no reason to be mad at me. But I'm not saying, yes, I'm ugly. I'm saying a lot of people think we are.
Yeah.
So I can deal with you positively without agreeing with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if you call me idiot, I'll say, some people think that, if you want to, do you believe that?
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
No, it takes the wind out of my sails really, because if I have it in me to be nasty to people, I'm gonna be picking on somebody else.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You know,
Okay. Anyway, Bob, I have some questions coming through. I want to thank you. You're a great role player, and I really appreciate it. A question: why do schools stay so stuck in the old ways of doing things, which just repeat the cycles? The world adopted this, the popular approach to bullying very shortly after Columbine. And the approach adopted is the approach of the field of bullying psychology. The field of bullying psychology existed for a couple of decades before Columbine. It was kind of obscure. I never heard about it. I never learned about it in school. But after Columbine, the field of bullying psychology, which was founded by Professor Dan Olveus of Norway, who died about a half a year ago. By the way, the Olveus Bullying Prevention Program is the number one selling program in the world, and he advocated for anti-bullying laws. And because he was the first and he was a researcher, people believe that researchers have the answers to life's questions. Today we have to use approaches that are researcher validated. And he was the first, and he was considered the absolute expert. And everybody who did research on bullying accepted Olveus's definitions and assumptions and instructions about what we should do. And then what happened, uh, because he and his followers advocated for laws were passed requiring schools to use the Olveus philosophy and the general approach. So it's mandated by law. So even though it doesn't work very well, schools have to do it. Another reason that people continue following this approach is because it sounds good. Yes, we're going to have no tolerance for bullying. That's the Olveus approach. We're going to have no tolerance for bullying. And if we teach everybody in the school environment to have no tolerance for bullying, then bullying is going to disappear. And it teaches that if you're being bullied, now this is the essence of the anti-bullying philosophy. If you're being bullied, it has nothing to do with you. It's only because of the bully. So please don't think that it's your fault in any way. It is not your responsibility to do anything to make the person stop bullying you. Just inform the authorities, and the authorities will make them stop. So everybody loves this. Everybody loves to hear, oh, I didn't think it's my fault. I'm so glad to hear that I have nothing to do with my problem. It's really their fault. And I don't have to do anything about this. Or if I'm a parent, I'm going to be so happy. Yeah, my child doesn't have to do anything to solve their problem. The school has to solve their problem for them. So people love this philosophy. They don't want to give it up. Who wants to give up? They're responsible for my problem, uh, with the alternative, I have to be responsible for my own problem. Nobody's going to take responsibility on themselves if they can legitimately put it on somebody else. So that's why this method is so popular, and there's so much resistance to an approach that puts responsibility on the victims for solving the problem. Another question here. What about dealing with vulnerable narcissists? What about the technique of gaslighting, deflection, blaming by narcissistic person? Has lighting in particular how to handle this? Um, I would need to know more specifics. Uh, are you saying that the the victim, the child asking for help, is the vulnerable narcissist, or is the alleged bully the vulnerable narcissist? And by the way, is JB, LR, whatever, able to talk? Are you willing to talk? Because it's a little bit hard for me to understand exactly what you're referring to. Can't talk. Bully is the narcissist. So you want to know how to deal with a bully who is a narcissist and they're vulnerable. Oh, okay. I think Okay. If I'm not mistaken, the role plays I did with Bob a little while ago can be with somebody who's a narcissist. You know, they're a narcissist, so they put me down, but they can't handle being. Okay, a narcissist cannot stand being criticized or insulted. The narcissist wants to be on the top. The narcissist can easily put down other people, but they can't handle it when you put them down. But a narcissist, just like everybody, wants to be treated with respect. So if you're this narcissist who's putting me down, if I get angry at you, if I disrespect you, you're going to be really mad at me and you're going to keep on putting me down. But if I treat you with respect, uh, is there somebody else who would like to role play this with me? Because it's always easier to demonstrate by role playing. Was that Angela
Oh,
volunteering?
I'm just not sure how I can do that. I don't know how to role play. You have to give me an idea if you want me to do it.
Okay. What you would do is you would play somebody who thinks very highly of themselves, because
Uh-huh.
narcissists, thinks they're perfect, but they can't stand being criticized or insulted. They have to be on the top. So you're going to put me down. Let's say you're a narcissist and you think you're terrific at everything, and you're going to say, Izzy, you aren't good at anything, or something like that. By the way,
Okay.
are you willing to be on
Yeah,
video or?
I could be seen. I could do this. It's just not sure how good I can be. Hi.
Okay, okay,
I've been
okay.
following you for many years, so it's really
I'm
nice to
glad to
see.
hear that. I'm glad to. Okay, so
Yeah. So
you're a girl who thinks you're wonderful, and you're going to put me down, but you can't tolerate being put down in return.
okay, it's really not my personality. So it's,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
um, um, yeah, yeah, Izzy, you think you're so good. I mean, there's a lot of people who are wanting to handle this situation, and all of a sudden you think you're better than everybody else. So I
Okay,
don't think
time out for a
that.
second, Angela. You're treating me like I'm the narcissist, right? Are you treating me like I'm the narcissist, and you say,
No, I'm the narcissist, but I'm putting you down because
"Oh,
I'm
oh,
better
okay,
than.
oh, okay." I just wanted to make sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, I happen to be very good. I didn't say I'm better than everybody, but I'm pretty good. What are you laughing about? What's wrong with me?
Well, you always come around with, your books and your your big head, and you think that
Big
everybody's
head.
dumb.
I don't have a big head. I have a normal sized head. And what's wrong with coming around with books? I like to read. I'm smart. So what?
You're
Put up.
not so good. You're not as good as you saying you are.
I am quite good. Stop trying to put down my self esteem. I'm smart. I'm strong. I'm good at sports. I read books. What's wrong with me?
Well, exactly. While you have your eyes in a book, everybody's living around and having problem, and nothing is being solved.
You're not such hot shit yourself. You act like you're hot shit and you can put everybody down. You're not hot shit.
That is another situation. I don't want to get to it. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I know it's hard to role play this, but if I do it this way, are you going to want to stop putting me down?
um. Well,
Oh,
maybe
only
maybe
if I
I'll
if I
stop, but in any occasion where I get my full back, I will do it. Right? Yeah, I get it.
and if you are a narcissistic bully,
Yeah.
I hate calling people bullies, by the way, because we're really
Oh,
people.
so actually, you say that.
Yeah, I don't like the word bully, but I use it because everybody uses it.
Yeah.
Everybody can fit the definition of a bully with the modern definition. I don't like the word. It's an insult. It's not a diagnosis. We treat it like a
Yeah.
diagnosis.
Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
there is no diagnostic test for a bully. But
Yeah.
the definition of bully is the same as the definition for a psychopath or a sociopath or somebody with a character disorder. Those are diagnoses that have, criteria. But bully is not a diagnosis. But the definition is very similar to a person with a serious character disorder. So we treat it like it's a diagnosis. It is not a diagnosis, it's an insult. We would never call children in school idiots or jerks or sluts or wimps. We have no business referring to children as bullies. It's an insult. Okay,
Yeah.
but anyway, now we're going to do it again. Again,
Okay.
you're narcissistic. You're sensitive, but you like putting other people down and not
Yeah.
letting people know that you're sensitive.
Yeah.
Start again.
Okay. So what about all these things? You're walking around with your book and you think you're better than anybody and still the problem exists like we're big, really big.
Really, I
Who
come across like
who
I,
who are you? You know?
Angela, I come across like I think I'm better than everybody.
Exactly.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
Ha-
providing ideas and peoples that you think that your thing works, and we haven't seen much change yet. So I think you are really like overestimating yourself.
um, so I actually come across like I think I'm better than everybody.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You don't see yourself. You're doing it all the time.
Well, I wasn't even aware of it because, from my point of view, I am fighting for truth, for a better way. I'm fighting against the wrong way. I didn't realize I come across like I think I know. I think I'm better than everybody. I actually come across like that.
Definitely. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for letting me know because
Yeah. And you're not solving anything. I mean, it's not solved yet. I mean, you know,
so you
I
think
don't know.
I haven't solved anything?
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it's just still like really like all in your head, and people are not really getting it.
uh, yeah, the truth is that not everybody gets what I try to teach. You're absolutely right. I wish everybody got it, but
Yeah, you're really good. It's
I
really
didn't.
nice.
Okay, you like
I
me
get
better
it.
this way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not denying what you're saying. I'm looking for the truth in what you're saying. I'm appreciating what you're telling me. I'm admitting that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Thank you so much for letting me know. And the truth
That's
is,
right.
if you're letting me know that I'm doing something wrong, I should thank you. And then you'll like
That
me and you
okay.
won't want to keep putting me down. You'll want to be my friend if I treat you this way because I am treating you like you're my friend. You're giving me good advice. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and eventually I'll get more about who you are and what you are wanting to share, and it will change me at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah, I will. I'm actually changing you. You're right.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
making
You
you
are just
becoming a
changing me.
nicer person. Yeah. Now
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a question somebody asked. What word would you use instead of bully? A person, a child, a boy, a girl. A boy is insulting you. A girl is spreading rumors about you. Why do we have to call them a bully? It's a
Exactly.
person.
Yeah,
Somebody at work is talking about you behind your back. Why
yeah,
do I have to say a bully is talking about you behind your back? What did I do to determine that the person actually is a bully?
yeah,
Just because you say they're talking about you, I'm going to call them a bully? They're a person. We should be talking about people and not bullies because potentially everybody is a bully. There is hardly a human being alive that treats everybody in a way they like to be treated. Almost everybody has somebody that gets angry at them a lot, that finds them annoying or something. Unless you get along perfectly with everybody, you're a bully. If there's somebody who
yeah,
does not like the way you're treating them, you're a bully. But I
yeah.
don't use that word. They're a person. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I have
Uh,
a question.
yes.
Uh, That was why I was putting my hand up. It's because, since the beginning of the bully uh, awareness that was going into my granddaughter's school, basically what I realized that like my granddaughter is she stand for herself. She, you know, she stand for herself. That's in a sense that she's not like this gentle side. She's more like an outgoing person. So if she doesn't like something, she says it and things like that. And very quickly, the school was, you know, like labeling her as a bully because she had an opinion that was different than other people. And they had this big event where they put all the kids with a t-shirt, anti-bully t-shirt, and they went all to the auditorium. And Shelly decided that she didn't want to go because some kids had called her a bully while she was not really a bully, but there was such a big misunderstanding about bully that that every kid that was doing something like saying their opinion that was not like the general opinion was ended up. So she didn't want to go, and she didn't go.
Wow.
The whole school was in the big assembly, and she didn't go. And I was just really like, my heart was really stunned when I imagined my granddaughter alone in the classroom, you know, like she's 7 years old, not going into this big thing. So she was against the whole understanding that the school was getting into. It was just really, so I really think that we have to go, when we go into school, we have to go above the labeling of victim and bully. We have to go into a place where we actually talk about a better way of talking, or if somebody's feeling like hurt, that there is a place for them to go and share that. They need to have a place for the person who is called the bully to be supported. And I'm just wondering, like, somehow, you know, how do you support it? I know I heard earlier that you talked about this supportive attitude towards the bully, and the kindness, and not making him feel like a bully, basically a labeled or something.
Uh,
But how do you support that? You know, like
okay, I could answer it by a role play.
okay,
Okay, but
okay.
I'd like to role play with somebody else.
Yes, do that.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Uh,
Okay, so I'm
now,
just gonna hang out. Gonna mute myself and get off the.
okay, very good. Now,
I had a
Bob,
thought. I had a thought, Izzy.
yes,
Um, Not about a role play, but the simple observation that to name someone, call someone a bully, is essentially the kind of behavior that bullies use when they attack character. They make judgments, global judgments
yeah,
about people. So,
yeah,
in response to the lady about what the alternative is, it would be stop labeling those people who are doing what are really quite inappropriate things. Stop labeling them in the way that they tend to label other people.
right.
You gave a wonderful example.
Yeah,
Some kid spreading rumors. You know, she likes to spread rumors about people. Okay, that's a reference to a very specific behavior.
yeah,
But to go from because she likes to spread rumors about people to therefore, and you make a character judgment now, she's a bully, she's a bitch, she's okay, and you're attacking character at that point.
right. I've said many years ago that when we call people bullies, we are bullying them. We are engaging in the behavior that we are condemning in others.
That's right.
But there are people, I've seen so many articles uh, by people saying we have to bully the bullies. The way to get rid of bullies is by bullying the bullies. You know, it's not good psychology. It's not good
No.
wisdom. Okay.
How about, yeah, how about simply telling the truth about bullies? Okay. And that would vary somewhat from bully to bully. Oh, I have a boss who likes to give you things to do at the end of the day that make it impossible for you to leave on time. And he does it whenever he's pissed off, you know,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
specific behavior.
if you describe the behavior, you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than calling him a horse's ass.
Right. Now, I want to answer Angela's question about how do you deal with a bully. Now you've role played with me a bit. Let me see if there's somebody else who wants to role play with me this situation where I'm dealing with an alleged bully. Do I have somebody who wants to do it with me? If not, I'll take Bob because I know he'll do it. Anybody volunteer to role play with me?
I'm happy to do it.
Okay, Rachel. Uh, Ruchel.
Rochla, I call myself.
Ruchela, okay. Ruchela, let's say I'm the school principal and you were sent to me because children accuse you of bullying them. Okay? Uh, Ruchel, why are you bullying girls in your class?
I'm not bullying them. They're bullying me
Well, why didn't you come and tell me about them?
because I knew you wouldn't believe me. You never believed me.
It's because it happens over and over again. You insult kids, you talk about them behind their back, you threaten them. Kids are telling me that you're a bully. I have to take it seriously. This is a pattern with you.
I'm not a bully. They're bullies. Why are they telling you these things about me? It means
Stop.
they're a bully.
This is what bullies do. Bullies blame other people. You should take responsibility. This has been going on with you for a couple of years already. The school is sick and tired of it. And the kids and their parents are sick and tired of it also. It's about time you change your behavior.
Okay, so I won't come to school tomorrow.
You will come to school, but you have to improve your behavior. You can't go around making other girls feel bad.
You can't force me to come to school. I'm not going to come to school.
You are required by law to come to school. Your parents have paid for you to come here and you will come to school.
My parents didn't pay for me to be shouted at every single day.
They didn't pay for you to what?
To be shouted at every single day. You have a pick on me.
I'm not picking on you. You're picking on other kids. I'm trying to do my job. I've been talking to you for how long to get you to stop being mean to other girls? Okay, good job.
I don't know what I've done mean.
What?
It's okay. I think we're finished the game already.
Okay, that's the wrong way. This isn't going to make you want to listen to me, right?
Right.
It's not going to make you want to improve your behavior. And you're going to keep on blaming the other girls and thinking that I'm terrible and you don't want to come to school anymore. Now we're going to do it again. And this time I'm going to treat you like a friend. Before I was treating you like an enemy. Now I'll treat you like a friend. You know, Ruchela, I don't know what's going on. You know, girls keep on complaining to me that you're insulting them and excluding them. And I don't know what to do about it. Do you know what's going on?
I also don't know what's going on.
Because it happens a lot. Do you know why the girls would be telling me that you're making them feel bad?
I don't know why people don't like me. I'm upset about it myself.
I mean, the kids don't like you?
No.
How do you know that? I mean, of course, some of them don't, but that's why they complain about you. But it seems to you like they don't like you?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea why they don't like you? Do they treat you bad? Do they treat you badly?
They never asked me to join their games, and
So what do you do if they don't ask you to, join their game?
then sometimes I spoil their games.
Sometimes you spoil their game?
Yeah.
So they're being mean to you, so you spoil their game. Is there anything else that they do that upsets you?
Well, sometimes they call me names.
Yeah, you never told me about this. What do they call you? Are you
They
too
say that I'm
embarrassed?
dumb or silly.
They say you're dumb. Wow. Because it's interesting that they complain to me that you call them names, but it turns out they're also calling you names.
When they call me names, I call them back.
Uh-huh. How long have they been doing this to you?
From the beginning of the year.
Really? And you never came to tell me. Do you want the girls to stop picking on you?
Yeah.
I can teach you. Uh, I know I'm the principal, but I also know a little bit about human nature, and I took some courses, so I think I can help you learn how to deal with the girls when they're mean to you. So, did you say they call you stupid? What did you say they
Dumb.
call you? Oh, dumb, dumb, the same kind of thing. Now, why do you think they do it to you?
Because I'm not so good at my math.
Uh, uh, and when they call you, so that when they call you dumb because you're not good at math, you get mad at them, right?
No, I just don't like it when they call me that. And if they call me something, I call them something else.
Okay. So let me show you why this is going on and how to make it stop. I'm going to be another kid, and you're going to call me dumb.
You're so dumb. You're so stupid.
I'm not dumb. Stop laughing at me. I'm not dumb. I'm smart.
You're so dumb.
You're dumb. I'm smarter than you are. You're super dumb. Okay.
Game over or continue?
What?
I said game over already.
Okay. But if I do this to you, are you going to like me?
No.
No, because I'm calling you dumb. Are you going to want to stop calling me dumb and stupid if I treat you like this?
No.
You're going to want to do it more. Am I treating you like a friend or an enemy?
Enemy.
Okay. Now we're going to do it again, and this time I'm going to treat you differently. Start again. Call me dumb and stupid.
You're so dumb. You're so stupid.
Oh, you think I'm dumb and stupid?
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
dumb and stupid.
How come?
Because you don't know any of your questions, you get the worst grades in your tests.
Yeah. You're talking about math, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Math is really hard for me. Ruchla, are you good at math?
Yeah, I'm very good at math.
Well, you're so lucky. Math is so hard for me. I'm so jealous of kids who are good at math. You probably don't even have to work hard to do well in math, right? You're so lucky because I have to work so hard and I still don't do well in math.
Maybe I can help you.
You'd be willing to help me? Really? That's so nice
Yeah.
of you. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Yeah. Do you see what's happening now? I'm not denying that I'm dumb. I'm not calling you dumb. I'm being nice to you. I'm saying, oh, it's about math, right? And you're so lucky that you're good at math. So if I tell you you're lucky you're good at math, you like me. I'm complimenting you. And I tell you how hard math is for me. Instead of saying, I'm not dumb, I say, yeah, math is so hard for me. And now you start feeling sympathy for me. And now you're offering to help me. So what's been happening, Ruchla, the girls are calling you names, and then you get angry and you call them names back, and then they tell the teacher that you're bullying them and you get in trouble. So they start by insulting you and you get in trouble. So instead of getting upset with them, when they insult you, be nice back to them, compliment them back, or let them know, oh yes, you're so smart or you're so pretty, and you will see that they like you better, and they stop calling you names and they don't tell on you anymore. Do you think you can try this?
Yeah, thank you so much for the
Oh,
advice. I'll
so
try.
much. But please, could you come back tomorrow and let me know how it's working? You can come by
Okay.
every day and just tell me how it works because I feel bad for you. I don't want you to get in trouble. I don't want you to want to leave school because of this. Okay. Now, in case you noticed or didn't notice, this is actually true about most kids that get accused of being bullies. They feel like they're victims. Why are they being mean to other kids? Because the other kids are giving them dirty looks or insulting them or telling the teacher on them all the time. So they feel like victims. and victims are angry and they want revenge. So they do things in revenge against the kids who they feel are bullying them, and they get in trouble and they get accused of being bullies when they really feel like victims. Now, in this case, uh, Ruchla, you were a bully who actually is a victim. You know, the kids are picking on you. There are kids who pick on other kids, but nobody picks on them. They just have fun picking on other kids. You know, they're winners. They don't get upset by kids, but they enjoy insulting kids, and then they get sent to the principal's office and they get in trouble. So this time you're not a kid who is picked on by other kids. You're a smart kid. You know, you don't have any problems, except that when you make fun of kids, they tell on you and you get in trouble. Okay. I'm going to skip the wrong way this time. I'm just going to do it the good way. You know, Ruchla, you know, kids keep on complaining to me about you. Ruchla, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, what's going on? You know, girls keep on complaining to me about you, that you're calling them names. You know, what's going on?
It's not a big deal. I just say something. They don't have to make such a big fuss out of it.
Uh, what kind of things do you say to them?
I don't remember. It's not so important. Like little things. They just
Uh,
are like crybabies and they make a fuss about every little thing.
uh, now, there are kids who are sensitive and they get upset easily. But what's going on, Ruchel, is they're complaining to me about you, and their parents are complaining about you, and they want me to kick you out of school. I would hate to see you get kicked out of school because you're just having fun with kids and they're getting upset. You know, I mean, are you trying to hurt them?
I don't try to hurt them, but sometimes when we play something, they just take things so seriously. They're so sensitive.
You know, there are kids like that. I'm wondering, instead of like insulting them or making fun of them, maybe you can be nice to them instead, and this way they won't have to complain about you, and their parents won't complain about you.
I think they take it too far by saying I'm insulting them. I'm not insulting them. I'm just saying something. I wouldn't care if somebody said that to me.
No, because you don't get upset easily. It doesn't bother you. But there are kids who are not as resilient as you are, and they do get upset easily. Do you know the kinds of things that you say that get them upset? What kind of thing
Any
are you?
little thing gets them upset. I feel I can't breathe around them.
Even if you breathe around them, they get upset.
I feel like because any little thing I say, they get upset.
I mean, I can't ask you not to breathe, uh, but there must be some kinds of things that you say to them that bother them. You don't know what those things are.
Every little thing bothers them.
Do they get bothered by other kids also, or just by you?
Mm, not really about other kids, no.
So it's mostly by you. The kids aren't complaining to me about other kids; they complain about you. So
Mm.
it's if they were so sensitive that everything bothered them, they would be getting upset by other kids too, but they're only complaining about you. What I can do, if you want, I can call them in the office and we'll discuss what happens and we'll get a better idea of what you say that bothers them. Is that okay with you?
No, I don't want you to call them.
You don't want me to call them into the office? uh, do
No.
you think on your own you can try to figure out what bothers them and just be nicer to them so they don't complain about you and their parents don't
Yeah.
complain about you? Yeah, because you're a smart kid, you're a tough kid, but I know not everybody can handle the way you treat them. So if you can be nicer to them, it'll make our lives better. Okay. Thank you so much, Ruchula. Okay. Now, if I do it this way, are you likely to make an effort to be nicer to the other girls?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm treating you with respect. I'm not angry at you, and I'm not blaming you. I'm seeing things the way you do, but I have a problem. They're complaining about you. Their parents are complaining about you. I don't want you to get in trouble. So this, if I treat you with respect, you're more likely to listen to me and make an effort to make things better. But if I say you're bullying them, you have no right to treat them that way. Stop minimizing what you're saying, what you're doing. That's not going to work. I didn't role play that with you, but if I do it that way, like if I treat you like you're a bully and you're denying your wrongdoing, you're just going to keep on denying it, and you're going to get angry at me and angry at the kids, and it's going to make things worse. Okay, I think it's about time uh, to close things up. If somebody has a last minute question, I won't turn you away. Anybody have a last minute question?
Sorry, it's not a question, but I would like to add that I've done with my
You silenced yourself.
daughter the stuff that you teach, and I started to do it last year. I
Uh-huh.
went through the guide and I did it with her, and she was suffering terribly.
With who?
With my daughter, she was
Uh, uh,
suffering terribly,
uh-huh.
and whoever I called for opinions just said to me, "No, she has to stick up for herself." And I just noticed so fast it escalated even worse and even worse. And after I contacted you and you shared some lovely videos with me, and
Oh, I spoke to you before, right? Or
yes, and
I
some other
emailed with you.
people.
Okay, okay.
And now it's like a year passed, and she's a different kid in the class, and they're graduating now. And the head teacher was telling me, this class has got a lot of bullies and difficult kids. But I must tell you, in the last year, your daughter has not had a fight with anyone. Her name ever never came up.
Wow.
And
And that's
you know,
just from looking at my videos.
I did the handbook with her. I said to her the story with the birds and the bread,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
acted it. We made puppets, we drew pictures, we played games on it. And it's just a 360-degree turn. She's more happy,
No, no, no.
confident kid.
180 degrees. 360 degrees is right back to where you started from. 180 degree. Yeah.
Good point.
Okay. I'm so glad to hear it. Thank you so much for sharing that with me, because I usually don't hear about the outcomes of people reading my books and stuff like that. So I'm always happy to hear that my
I
stuff
did
helped
email
people.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did email you.
yeah, it rings a bell now. Now, Cindy. Oh, hi, Cindy. You've corresponded with me very often.
In the past, I have.
Yes,
I
yes.
didn't. I didn't know I was getting the tail end of this, but I will just piggyback, offer what Rukula just said, and just let you know that it's changed my children's lives and everybody I work with. To not to give them the one question that I'd love to hear how you answer, that people always say is, yeah, but I don't agree with the bullies. I don't want to act like I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
It's
yes.
not, and I go, okay, well, you don't like the results of, what you're doing. So do you want to just try it with me and agree and go on? And, and they do, and it's always successful. But is there any other way that you approach that response from kids?
Yes. I actually answered this earlier in the session, but I guess you
Oh,
weren't
so
here yet.
sorry.
But
Sorry.
let me show you. I'll demonstrate again. I You're going to insult me. First, I'll do it the wrong way, and then I'll do it a better way, but without agreeing with you. Okay, insult me.
Well, you must be gay because you sit with your legs crossed.
I'm not gay.
Oh, you are. You
I'm
are.
not.
I can tell.
A guy's allowed to sit with his legs crossed.
Yeah, well, if you're gay, for sure.
I'm not gay.
Oh yeah, I think the whole bus would agree that you are.
I am not gay. Okay, good job. Now we're going to do it again. This time I'm going to answer uh, in a way that's treating you like a friend, but I'm not agreeing with you. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Oh my gosh, are you totally gay or what? Look at you
Uh,
sitting like that.
yeah. So you think I'm gay?
Oh, well, yeah. Hello, I think the whole bus knows that. Look at how
Uh,
you sit.
if people want to think I'm gay, I can't stop them.
Oh, he's agreeing, everybody. He agrees.
So you're curious if I'm gay?
Oh no, we kind of know it already.
Because if you want, I can help you find out.
Ooh, how would you do that?
I mean, you're kind of cute. You know, there's a good movie coming out this week. Maybe you'll come with me to the movies.
Got it.
Okay.
And that's the thing, the kids don't want to agree.
But you don't have to. All you have to say is, some people think that. Do you think that about me? If you want to think about it, you can. What I'm doing is, instead of defending myself, I'm making you defend yourself by asking you, do you believe it? Is that what you think? If you want to think it, you can. But I also like the gay thing, especially when a girl says that to me, because then I get to answer, you want to find out? And it makes them laugh. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to say goodbye. I want to thank everybody. It's been a lot of fun for me. I hope it's been fun and helpful for you. I'm also extremely thankful to the people who role play with me, because the role play makes it fun and it makes it obvious what I'm teaching. So thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your week. Be well.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.